You in the way. Where are you headed to?
I'm on my way to Little Washington from Kingston, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina, baby.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear the news?
Yeah, I hear the news.
You heard? How do you feel about it? Biden is our president.
Oh, baby, I made a whole video yesterday. Trump called me. I told him he can go
No,
move out the White House and trap with me now. He can come on trap with TT, baby.
you're a mess. You're a mess. So, okay, TT, I know you are in full character mode. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. We're gonna keep it light and fun, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so TT, when was this character born? When did you start trapping?
Well, the character originally started from Grandma Mamie.
Okay.
And it was Grandma Mamie. It started in 2018, October 31st, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it was 2017 because I've been doing it for a while.
Okay.
So she was
Yeah, I saw
created.
that.
Say what?
I saw that you've been doing it since 2017.
Yeah, 2017, October the 31st, 2017, I started doing it. And I got a message from somebody that was
Okay.
working with Google at the time, and she said keep doing it for for
Mm.
90 days and we'll see how far we can go with it. Well, that kind of fell off cuz she was doing her own thing, and I just kept doing it. Every time every opportunity that I got to do TT or Grandma Mamie, I did
Mm.
it. Well, fast forward to 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and I
Okay.
tell this story a lot. I tell the story a lot. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, no job with $450.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's crazy.
I
In
literally stepped
Atlanta.
out on faith.
Okay.
I literally stepped out on faith. I
Mm-hmm.
quit my job of I quit my job of 15 years and
Mm.
9 months and walked off. And it was like, a lot of things was going on with the job. So I decided, it's just like, hey, it's time for me to go. So I left. And
Mm.
probably, and all I did was I drove Lyft. I can honestly say I drove Lyft when I first got there, scared to death. But I did it
Mm.
and made it work for me. Then,
Mm-hmm.
after that, I got a call. I
Uh-oh.
started doing background. I started doing background work, and then I got a call from an agency and said that the Trap Music Museum was looking for a grandma. And he was like, "Oh, you'll be
Okay.
a perfect fit. You'll be a perfect fit. Let's go. Let's do this." And so I did. And
Okay.
I had no clue to what it was. I had no clue to what they wanted, what they was looking for. So I went in plain clothes. And when I got there, she had looked at all my videos. She had seen me on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
Instagram and Facebook. And so she was like, okay, I love your energy. So when I went in, they was like, well, this is what we want. And they showed me a video of the other grandma. And as
Okay.
soon as she raised her arm, and I was like, well, what y'all should have did was gave her some lotion, because her arms is icy, baby. And so they love my energy. And we kind of went from there. And I said, well, I do have the costume in the car. So I went, got the costume, and I showed it to him. She took pictures. She never told me who her boss was. She never
Hmm.
disclosed that it was with Grand Hustle. She never disclosed that T.I. owned the trap. She never disclosed any of that. So
Okay.
and then she takes me into the bando, and she was like, well, this is the area you'll be in. Give me some improv. So I gave her some improv. She laughed. And a week or so later, she called me. She
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, come do a trial run. I did the trial run, and that I did went that Sunday. And I was like, hey,
Okay.
it would be really cool if I was here on Saturday, because some people from North Carolina are coming into town and they're coming to the museum.
Okay.
So she said, well, I'll let you know by Wednesday. Well, she actually called me that Tuesday, and she said, hey, you got the gig, come in on Saturday at 12. I was at 11:30. I was
Okay.
like, okay, cool. So I started at the museum, and then the other grandma, she was like, well, here's the thing. I don't want the
Mm-hmm.
two grandmas to be confused. Well, for
Yeah.
one, you don't look like me. And
Right.
so they was like, well, do you mind being auntie? I said, okay, no, I don't mind being auntie. So And then I was like Auntie, and I was like Auntie Mamie, Auntie. Well, a friend of mine came into town, the same friend that was working for Google at the time.
Okay.
And I can call her name. Her name is Shelly Bell. She said, well, hey, why don't you own the name? I said, what do you mean by that? She said, Auntie TT from the Trap. I was like, oh, that's catchy. So I did. I took on TT from the Trap. Everybody started
Okay.
calling me TT. And TT from the Trap was kind of took over Grandma Mamie, which I left the Mamie on the back because that's literally my grandmother's name.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
and
that.
so yeah, and a lot of people don't know the sentiment of the whole costume, because the costume, the robe that I have on is actually my ex-wife's mother, who's deceased,
Okay.
whom
Oh,
whom when she lived with us I helped care for. And
okay.
the bonnet comes
Yeah.
from a hometown girl from North Carolina named Bonnie Love, and so her
Okay.
her her line is Bonnie Love Bonnets. So
Mm.
that's where the bonnet came from. And then I just added the chains and the jewelry. And
Yeah.
TT from the Trap has taken off like 1, 2, 3 movies later, one, two,
Mm.
three, 4 TV shows. So yeah,
A
it's
music
it's
video.
yeah, music videos. I'm down 3 music videos.
Wow.
The hottest video with TT was Young Dro.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that
I
was
gotta see
the
that one.
TikTok video, Young Dro. I was Principal Sleepy. And then the acting side of not TT but Felicia
Right. Right.
D,
Right.
the
Yes.
the video with Mulatto where I was the cashier. Because a lot of people
Yes.
don't think that those are my eyes. Those were not camera tricks. These eyes really do that. See,
That is
they really
crazy,
they really
girl.
do that. So yeah, you are so
Oh my
tickled.
gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But and then I
Okay.
started networking like the latter part of 2019. Fast forward to the beginning of 2021, I was
Hmm.
the lead on episode of Snap. I did
Okay.
2 episodes of Fatal Attraction, an episode of Homicide ATL, which I haven't even seen yet.
Okay.
And
I want
yeah,
to
I
see it.
just did a lot. Yeah, I just did a lot.
Okay. So, like, what made you like? When did you know acting was your thing? Because I know you say you were working at your job for 15 plus years, and were you playing around with it then, like kind of like dipping dabbing,
Yeah,
but you weren't sure type of vibe?
yeah, well, it all started. I was sitting in the living room with my now ex-wife, and she was like, well, I was just discussing with my job because it wasn't even a job, it was just some of the people that I work with. And
Okay.
so she said, well, why don't you submit to some of the agencies you did before when you were in New York and you were writing? I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then I came across an old email of
Mm-hmm.
someone that I had auditioned for back in 2002.
Okay.
So I contacted. He was like, "Where have you been?" Like we was trying to figure out where you went, and I was like, "Well, I left New York and I moved back to North Carolina."
Yeah.
So and after that, I started booking background roles. I did background for 5 months. Then I
Okay.
landed. I got signed by a talent agency, and
Okay.
I learned a lot. They taught me a lot. I got booked on my first national television show, which
Hey.
was Fatal Attraction,
Okay.
and
Right.
I did well. And a year later, 2018, I booked Clint Eastwood. So I was in the movie The Mule with Clint Eastwood,
Oh wow.
and
That's
I booked that.
it.
Did a lot of networking, met a lot of people, and
Mm-hmm.
from there, my career just started accelerating. So when I moved to Atlanta, it just kind of
Hmm.
skyrocketed at that point. So
Yeah.
I'll say December the 14th of 2018. No, I say the week before the movie came out, which it released December the 14th. I flew out to
Okay.
California for the release,
Mm-hmm.
and when I came back and the day I went back to work like on the 17th, and I
Okay.
was walking the halls, and I knew then I didn't belong there. Yeah,
Mm.
I
Got
knew
that
then I
feeling.
did not belong. Yeah, it was like I was so out of place after
Yeah.
doing everything that I had done. And the same week, And this is how God works. The same
Mm-hmm.
week I filmed with Clint Eastwood, having my trailer and everything,
Yeah.
the next that weekend, that same weekend, come
Mm-hmm.
moving from a trailer to actually changing clothes in a gym bathroom for a non-union production. And my
Mm-hmm.
agent didn't want me to do it, but I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do it. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this because I believe in it. And I
Okay.
did it.
Mm-hmm.
March 2019, they had to release red carpet, everything, but they didn't release it to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw it, but it never was released to the public. And and so we waited and waited and waited. What's gonna happen? We thinking like different networks it's gonna be on, and
Yeah.
nothing happened. Well, 2021, it's gonna be a TV series. So I'm glad I did do it, because in the
Really?
beginning I was doing it was only
Wow.
background for me. I
Okay.
created my lines and she kept them.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Talia Breon.
Wow. That's see. And it's so funny. I read something the other day. It was like, you never know what opportunity is going to take you to the next level. Like, don't, of course, don't spread yourself too thin, but don't just assume because something looks small that you never know where that could take you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So be careful about saying no too much,
Right.
So shout out to you for not being like, well, I already got this. So,
Right.
I call it the industry fever.
hmm Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of humble myself quite a few times. A lot of people have asked me since
Hmm.
the mulatto video came out. I had like 5 bookings after that.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride, and they're still coming in. I have 3 auditions. I've had 3 auditions this week, and then I have 3 more. I have 2 that's due tomorrow and 1 that's due on Monday. So
Look at
I'm
you.
constantly auditioning and booking, which is a great thing. I got a huge booking, and
Hmm.
I prayed that I land this one. And I
You
got that
will. It's
feeling that
yours.
it's already mine. Yeah.
It's yours. Yes.
Yes.
Claim that. So, TT, what is your secret? Tell us your secret before you go.
To
You
to what? Well,
don't got to tell us, all the details, but like if you could name one thing, or if you could say one thing that sets you apart from other comedians or other actresses, what is it that you have that's just like you feel like makes people gravitate towards you? Because you do have that spirit. I remember when I met you,
uh,
it was just good vibes. You weren't like some
mm,
people in this industry or whatever. So like, what do
yeah.
you think what is the secret to the sauce? Tell us, TT.
The secret is staying grounded to who you are and not trying to be someone else or be something that you're not. Like
Mm,
you have to come with, and that even though someone may have treated you wrong, you
yeah.
still do right, because that was bred into me, as I was growing up. No matter what comes your way, still remain who you are.
Hmm.
And no matter if nobody believes in you, believe in yourself.
Mm,
And don't give up on yourself as quick as others do.
hmm.
Yeah. And like I said, you just got to be genuine, be yourself. Don't try to mimic what somebody else is doing. You
Yeah.
know, create your own lane, because I guarantee you, when you create your own lane,
Hmm.
there are going to be people that try to get in your way, but
Yep.
stay the course, stay in your own lane. That's the key. You got to be you, be
Yeah.
real. And I mean, you've heard the phrase "fake it until you make it." Why
Yeah.
fake it? Because if you're transparent, then
Yeah.
people are more apt to trust and believe in you, versus
Hmm.
if you're always hiding something, or you got something going on where I can't say this or I can't say that, or and at certain times, humble yourself and be reserved. It's okay.
Right. And see, that's something. It's funny that you say that because I feel like that's something I've always struggled with. It wasn't so much I was
Mm,
being fake. It was just more so. I know you ever felt like you had to contain your spirit around certain people.
right.
Have you
Yeah,
ever felt like
because
that?
cause
You ever felt
yes,
like it was too much for people?
right, because sometimes they'll drain you.
Yes.
And if
Yeah.
you're giving, and you're not getting anything from it, then they'll drain you. There are people that are designed just to drain you, just to see how much of yourself you'll give.
Yes. And so I think that's the stage of life I'm in, is kind of like figuring out, how much energy I need to give for people
Right.
while still remaining myself. So, but I admire you for, dropping that knowledge. You definitely are really doing your thing. We can't wait to see what's on the way for you.
Well, okay. Well, and up to give you an update, I'm no
Okay.
longer. A lot of people have been calling me, inboxing me, texting me.
Yeah.
I'm coming into town, but I'm no longer at the Trap Music Museum.
Okay. Okay.
We
Let them know,
agreed to
girl.
go. Yeah, to go. And I don't know if it was the billboard or the TV show or what it was, but in a business sense, we kind of went our separate ways.
Okay.
They was like, well, my marketing was different than theirs, which I consider it a clean slate.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is that I did register TT from the Trap, so she is
Good.
registered.
Trademark.
So I own the likeness of anything, the name, everything. Also, and because of that, a TV show has been created, and it's called Where's TT. So yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, it's being shopped around now. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
I
it's
can.
great
It's
things
only
are
up
still
from here.
happening.
You said what?
I said great things are still happening.
Oh, yes. Look, I always say, I wouldn't even call it a setback. It's just sometimes
It's a clean slate.
it's just time to grow. Like you
Yeah,
can't stay when you stagnate. That's when there's a problem. You're
yeah.
supposed to keep moving, keep growing. So you're doing great things, and you made
Thank you,
an
baby.
impact being there. And I know you made an impact on me. So thank you so much for coming on my platform.
All
And
right, love.
yeah, we will be checking you out.
All right, baby. Well, you be good. You hear?
I will, Miss TT.
Okay, I love you, boo.
Bye, Auntie. No.
Later, baby.
All right. Bye.